Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah ma ba'd. Respected brothers and sisters, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is video number 4. Inshallah we will focus on Surah Nasr, Surah Lahab and Surah Ikhlas inshallah. So let's get started. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح. So over here, the first word, إذا, this is a dhal, tip of the tongue and tip of the upper two front teeth. We've talked about this letter quite a bit. So إذا, then next word, جاء, simple. Jim, make sure that it is stretched a little bit longer than the normal short stretches. إذا جاء, then Nasrullahi. So this is two words, Nasru and then Allahi. So Nasru, this is a noon followed by a sad. So make sure that we recite it with a full mouth like Nas, not Nas like a sin. So Nasrullahi. Now we talked about the rule of the word, the lam in the word of Allah. So we notice Nasru, the ra has a dhamma, otherwise known as a pesh. So whenever the letter connecting to the lam in the word Allah is a fatha or dhamma, otherwise known as zabr or pesh, then the lam in the word of Allah will become full mouth. So this is why we say Nasrullahi instead of Nasrullahi, is Nasrullahi. Next word, wal fath. So over here, focusing on the ha at the end, make sure that it is coming out sharp and strong. And this is the ha that is after the letter jim in the alphabet. So again, إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح. Next verse, وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا. So وَرَأَيْتَ, so ra full mouth over here, and aita, make sure the bend in the ay sound is correct. وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ, nasa, very very simple. It's a noon followed by alif, and then it's a sin, not a sad. So وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ. Next word, يَدْخُلُونَ. So yad, make sure you bounce, you do the qalqala on the dal. يَدْخُلُونَ. Khu, this is the letter kha, so make sure that the appropriate grinding sound from the throat comes when you say the letter kha. يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ. So fi dini, very very simple, nothing too complicated about that. Fi dinillahi. Now again we come back to the rule of the word Allah. So dini, the noon at the end has a kasra, otherwise known as a zair. Now that is joining to the word Allah again. So whenever there is a kasra or a zair joining to the word Allah, to the lam in the word Allah, then the lam becomes opposite of full mouth, it becomes flat. So Dinillahi, not Dinillahi. That's a common mistake. People say Dinillahi. It's actually Dinillahi. Last word in this verse, Afwaja. Very simple word, nothing too complicated about Afwaja. Make sure the fa is coming clearly. So fa, the two upper front teeth and the bottom lip. So Afwaja. Next verse, فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَاسْتَغْفِرْ. So فَسَبِّحْ, making sure that the tashdid on the ba, the connection on the ba is nice and strong. And then the ha, فَسَبِّحْ, that is the strong ha that comes after the jim. فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ, again, the ha over here is the strong ha. So فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ Rabbika, ra should be full mouth over here. Wastaghfir. So wastaghfir, this is from the word istighfar. So this is a sin in the end, not a sad. So we should not confuse that. Was, and then taghfir, the ta after the sin, was ta, that is a ta, not a ta. Was taghfir. Now when we stop on fir, there is a ha at the end after the ra. And because we're stopping, we make sure to say the ha sound. It is the deep ha, so we make sure that at least a little bit of the ha sound should be obvious when we are reciting. So again, فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَاسْتَغْفِرْ. Next verse, إِنَّهُ كَانَ تَوَّابًا. So إِنَّهُ, very simple. The ha over here is the deep ha. إِنَّهُ كَانَ. So making sure that we say the kaf properly. It is not a qaf. كَانَ. And then tawwaba. So tawwaba, making sure that the wow over here, we already talked about the wow, that it should not be pronounced like a V sound. So tawwaba. Sorry about that, I'm just turning off my alarm. So again, innahu kana tawwaba. So again from the beginning of the surah. إِذَا جَاءَ نَصْرُ اللَّهِ وَالْفَتْحُ وَرَأَيْتَ النَّاسَ يَدْخُلُونَ فِي دِينِ اللَّهِ أَفْوَاجًا فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَاسْتَغْفِرْهُ إِنَّهُ كَانَ تَوَّابًا. So next surah. Looks like we're running a little short on time as I have to go teach another class. But inshallah we'll do the next surah and then we'll leave the last three surahs, Ikhlas, Falaq and Nas, for the next video inshallah. So let's get started with the next surah. The next surah, Surah Lahab. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Tabbat yada abi lahabin wa tabb. So tabbat, making sure that the tashdid on the ba is nice and strong, the connection there. Yada abi, so yada, that stretch on yada, it is with a dal. Make sure it is longer than the normal short stretches that we do. So tabbat yada abi, very very simple, nothing too hard about abi. Lahabin wa. So laha, this is the deep ha, the small ha at the end of the alphabet. So making sure we don't recite it lahabiyun. It is not the strong ha, it is the deep ha. So lahabiyun wa. So a lot of people have a tough time with this kind of a connection, where we go from to kasra connecting to a waw. So it's very simple. It's just like you're saying you just have to make your lips come out like that. Lahabiyun wa. So just practice on that if you have a tough time with it. Lahabiyun wa. Next word, tab. Lahabiyun wa tab. So over here on the ba there is a tashdid, so we cannot simply do a qalqala and just join like watab. There is a tashdid here, so we have to emphasize on that connection and say watab. So we are emphasizing on the tashdid there, and at the same time, because it is the end of the verse, so we are doing a qalqala as well, but it is a stronger type of qalqala. So again, tabbat yada abi lahabin wa tab. Next verse, ma aghna anhu maluhu wa ma kasab. So ma aghna, the meme stretch here is a little bit longer, not too long, but longer than the short stretches. So ma aghna, so the ghain, make sure the grinding sound in the ghain is nice and clear. Aghna, very simple. Anhu, so ain should be strong here, and hu over here is the deep ha, is not the sharp ha. So anhu, deep ha. Maluhu, again the ha in maluhu is the deep ha. Wama kasab. So wama, simple, kasab. Now the connection from sin to ba over here, this is just a connection of a sukun, not a tashdid. So unlike tabbat yada abi lahabin wa tab, Over here, the connection between sin and ba is different. It is just a simple connection. Kasab. Kasab. So we do the qalqala, but not with a tashdid. So it's not kasab, it is kasab. Right? تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب ما أغنى عنه ماله وما كسب. Next verse. سيصلى نارا ذات لهب. سيصلى. So over here it's a little bit tricky. The first letter is a sin, so sa, and then yasla, ya joins to a sad. So ya is not a full mouth, but sad is a full mouth letter. So transitioning between ya and the sad could be a little bit tricky, but we do our best. So sayasla. Okay, so making sure the sad is full mouth. Sayasla naron. Now over here, a lot of people, because the ra with fatha or two fatha, it is full mouth. So a lot of people make this mistake that they make the noon full mouth as well, and they say naran, but that is incorrect. Noon is never ever full mouth. Noon stays flat or non-full mouth basically. So sayasla naran. Ra is full mouth. Noon is not. Next word, that. So that, it is tip of the tongue and tip of the two upper front teeth. سيصلى نارا ذات لهب. So lahab over here is just like kasab. There's no connection, there's no tashdid between ha and the ba, just a simple sukun. سيصلى نارا ذات لهب. Next verse. وامرأته حمالة الحطب. So وامرأته. So waw joins to the meme. There is an alif over there, but the alif is silent. The alif, we don't pronounce it over there. So it's not wa imra'atuhu, no, wamra'atuhu. So ra, ra is full mouth. Wamra'atuhu. The ha at the end over here is the deep ha. Hammalatal. Ha over here is sharp. Hammalatal. Now, believe it or not, a lot of people, they say hammalatal. It is a ta over here. Hammalatal. And then the next word, hatab. So ha, the strong ha, and then there's a ta over here. Not a ta. This is ta. حمالة الحطب. Right? وامرأته حمالة الحطب. And then the connection between ta and ba is just like kasab and lahab, but over here is hatab. Ta is a full mouth letter, so that's the only difference. So hatab. Next verse. في جيدها حبل من مسد. So في, very simple. جيدها. So over here, جيدها is with a jim. Common mistake over here is that people say the jim like a jim. They're too soft with it. But jim is just like a J in English. Just like we say jump or jeans. Just like a J in English. That's how it is in the Quranic Arabic. So fi jidiha, ha is the deep ha. Hablum, hab, this is the sharp ha. Fi jidiha hablum, and then there's qalqala on the ba. Hablum mim masad. Mim masad. So it's actually min masad, but because we're joining the two words, it becomes mim masad. So masad, the most common mistake here is people say the sin like a sad. So it is not masad, it is masad. And the connection between sin and dal is just a simple connection of a sukun. So we don't have to, if there's no tashdid here, so we don't say masad. It is masad with a qalqala. So very, very simple. So again from the beginning. تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب ما أغنى عنه ماله وما كسب سيصلى نارا ذات لهب وامرأته حمالة الحطب في جيدها حبل من مسد. So inshallah we'll conclude the video here, and inshallah tomorrow I will have the next video with the next 3 surahs. So inshallah we'll talk to all of you tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.